Good morning, everybody. This is Patrick Lee. It is time for Midweek Motivation Live. I hope everyone's doing good today. Going to give a few people time to come on here and get online and make sure that everything is going well this morning. We've had a little bit of technical difficulties with some of our video and audio last week. I hope that everybody can hear me this week. Give me a like, a love, a thumbs up. Let me know that you can hear me. Everything is going fine in the chat box. People already coming on. We're just getting started. People already entering the video. Awesome. Good morning. Good morning, Amanda. Good to see you on here. Hope that you are doing well, super well. I need to talk to you soon. Thank you for being on here. We're going to be talking about leveling up this week. Level up, what does that mean? We've talked about doing a reset in the past. Hey, Pete, good to see you on here. Thank you. Everyone can hear me. The hearts are starting to come on. People are flooding in to watch the video today. We're going to be talking about leveling up in your life. We've talked about doing a reset with coronavirus, everything that's going on right now in the world. A lot of people have been in a funk. They've been in a slump. They've been in a funky, cold Medina kind of place in their life. Don't really know what's going on. Sorry for that 80s reference. That was awesome, right? If you've been in a funky, cold Medina kind of way, you know, you need to level up in your life. We've talked about just doing this is the time for a reset maybe in your life with things that are going on. Hey, Sal, good to see you on here. Christina, thank you as well. Enjoyed our chat last night. Sal, not sure where you live, Sal. I think you live in South Texas or maybe Mexico. Good to see you on here, my friend. A lot of people that come in each and every week to watch Midweek Motivation Live. I'm happy to do it, and it motivates me too. You know what people say, if you ever want to learn about a topic, you need to start teaching that topic. And that's one of the best ways for me to become more motivated, maybe, is to help you become motivated. That's actually one of the topics in that was before my time. You're a funny girl. Yes, it was. I'm showing a little bit of the gray in my beard. Rosenberg, Texas. Awesome, Sal. Welcome all the way from Rosenberg, Texas. That's awesome. Christine is on here all the way from the Oregon coast. And we have a lot of people that tune in. Some people from Mexico, some people from France, some people from Italy, different people that tune in. Anyway, I love that. You guys bless my heart. You bless my little colored socks off that you tune in to watch me each and every week, Midweek Motivation Live with Patrick Lee. You need to level up. What does level up really mean? We've talked about doing we've talked about doing a reset. Once we've talked about that and we've determined that we want to do a reset in our life, what does that mean? Well, I think that reset in your life means you need to level up. Level up can mean a lot of things to different people. One of my daughters is a gamer, and she's an artist in World of Warcraft. Is a World of Warcraft gamer and an artist. She's been published in their art books and wants to be a video game creator someday. But in video games, they talk about leveling up. You eat the mushrooms, you open the chest, you save the princess, whatever it is. You define leveling up in a video game as getting more power, more energy, more success, more status, more size. In life, it's basically a shift. If you find that you are on a plane, maybe somewhere below some of your friends and counterparts and peers, that level up to you can mean that, hey, I need to at least bring myself up to the same level of my friends. I teach and preach on here each and every week just about that you are a combination of your 5 closest people. Show me who you hang with and I'll predict your future, right? So if this is resonating with you, don't hesitate to give me the thumbs up and the loves on this. I think this is going to touch base with a lot of you. And I've shared this with some of you that are listening in the past. I've shared this with you. You are the combination of the 5 closest friends that you have. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. It's not that hard to predict where people are going to be based on the people that they associate with. So anyway, what does that level up mean to you? It could mean that you need to at least bring yourself up to the level of or social status, financial status, relationship status of those people that you hang with or people that are in a like industry. It could mean that you've been running around in this same level and it's time for you to achieve the next higher level. I leveled up with my camera this week. My other camera is a little bit hazy. I didn't like that. So I decided it's time to level up in my video production equipment. I was using a standard microphone. If you remember the beginning, Patrick Lee Midweek Motivation Live was shot on the cell phone. The previous cell phone I had, which was a 6, an iPhone 6. Believe it or not, the iPhone 6 is an amazing phone, and it's still great for photos and videos. And they're kind of hard to find now. A lot of people use the iPhone 6, but I was using the iPhone 6, and then I went to, I've got a large desktop, and it has built-in video, and the camera in it was just not the quality I wanted. So, and the audio wasn't what I wanted. So I invested in a studio microphone. So I have a studio microphone. And now I've recently invested in a new HD 1080p webcam, and that is set up on here, and it's also will connect to my other equipment. I've got you've probably seen I've got new lighting. I have lighting in here. I've got photo lights and ring lights and a lot of other lights in the room that are outside of the camera, mainly to make this 56-year-old face look as good as possible. In my glasses, you can talk about the ring light up above me, trying to make me look halfway decent to the public all around the world. Maybe, give me some love if you can relate. You need some custom lighting, but at least I'm not using filters yet on this video. I've leveled up in my streaming service. I now use StreamYard, and that allows me the ability to put these custom banners and logos, things up on the screen. Last week, it allowed me to bring in other speakers and do screen share, play videos. And that's why I was asking about the audio earlier, because we had a little bit of a visual or an audio technical breakdown last week, and we eventually got that fixed. So each and every week I try to level up. I try to level up the quality of what I bring you. I try to level up in the content. So, and now I'm leveling up. I've got people here in my home today. I have contractors. This is my home office. I've got contractors in here doing work on cabinetry, and we've just had some new tile laid, and we've replaced floors and things like that. I'm leveling up my home, and I'm happy to announce that I'm fixing to open up another office downtown here in Amarillo, Texas, and we'll be opening up another office. I'm expanding and leveling up my career, my team. I'm fixing to be adding to my team. And moving into another office. So you're going to start seeing some new marketing come from me. These are all things that I teach you. I believe that if I'm going to teach it to you, I need to live it as well. Hey, Lizzie, good to see you on here. Always love it when you tune in. That is awesome. Another friend from high school. I love that. So what does it mean to level up? I was reading a blog post earlier today from a lady named Cindy Yantes, and this was one. She had a couple of points in here that really hit base or touched base with me, talking about leveling up in a shift. To simply put, leveling up means to improve your current situation in a way that feels like a powerful shift. It starts with a change in your thoughts. We talk on here a lot about, as a man thinketh, so is he, right? Your thoughts control your actions. So if you want to change how you act, you need to start with controlling your thoughts. So once you get those under control, you've changed your thoughts, you get a shift in mindset, followed by the action that you want to take to achieve the goal that you're going for. Does that make sense? That fuel that drives all of that is called passion in your life. And we've talked to you in the past about passion, things that make you happy, things that make you cry. Those are a good indicator of the things that you're here on this world to fix or correct or to help, right? So if you want to level up in your life, it kind of starts with finding out what you're passionate about. And we've talked about this in the past as well. And I'm going to stop saying that. We talk about it in the past as well because I say it too much. And I'm changing. I'm leveling up. I am leveling up on that. So I'm going to share a quote with you here that talks about passion. There's no passion to be found playing small in settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living. That was a quote made by Nelson Mandela years ago. Great quote. And I've seen it posted many times when talking about passion, and it's one of my favorites. No passion to be found playing small and settling for a life less than the one you're capable of living. Some of you know me, some of you don't. I was born in a very small town on the southern Oregon coast, one of 5 children. My parents worked multiple jobs to raise all 5 of us hungry kids. We didn't have a ton of money. We were lower middle class, I guess you could say, down to dirt poor, right? And when I was 18 and 19 years old, someone put a video in my hand, a cassette tape that said he believed in me and thought I could do better in life. And that started me down the road to self-improvement, motivational speaking, things along that line. And I've sort of consumed so much, and I've talked a lot and read a lot about passion, how to level up, how to shift, how to be someone different. This has been one of my favorite quotes. There are some questions I'd like for you to ask yourself when you are thinking about taking this journey to possibly level up in your life. Maybe you feel like that you need to do a level up. I've got a little series of questions here I'd like to ask you to take a good, deep thought and ask yourself these questions. And if you are a journaler, I am a journaler, and I don't write everything down like some people, and that's okay. This is one of my journals that I use frequently. And this one was actually a gift from a coworker. And this one is tons of thoughts and things that I think, notes that I take on a daily basis for business. This is mostly my business journal. So I've got this one, and I love this one. And then a while back, another great friend gave me this one, and I have another one. This one is my Christian journal planner, and this one has a place for devotionals. It has my calendar. It has personal and life notes and things that I want to do in my life, as well as about 32 legal pads and sticky Post-it notes that I keep around me at all times because I have to write these things down. So I would like for you to, if you're a journaler, have a pen and paper, I would like for you to ask yourself some questions in these areas of life. Where do you want to level up or shift or leap to the next level? And number one is in your career. If you could have the ideal career, what would that look like? Your job, or you're starting a company of your own. You know what I mean? If you could level up in your career, what would a level up look like to you? Hey, Jim, good to see you on here too. A lot of people on here that tune in. I love that. It always says up here in the corner of the screen that there are some likes and loves. To me, it shows that there are a handful of people watching. And then when the video ends, it almost always says there were 132 views, 187 views, 265 views, and then it continues to grow throughout the day. So I never know how many people are watching, but by the evidence of so many people that walk up to me and say, hey, man, I loved your video yesterday. It was great, blah, blah, blah. Keep it up. And I had no idea they were watching. It shows me that a lot of people are watching that I don't know about. And that trips my trigger. But number one, in your career, finding your purpose in your career, what would it look like for you to level up? Would it simply mean going after a raise, or would it mean getting a promotion, taking on additional responsibility? What if you leveled up in your job and you took on more responsibility for free, simply because in your mind it would mean leveling up to you, and that could turn into something that caused you to get a promotion down the road? Level up without asking for anything and see if that doesn't bring a harvest back to you when you sow that seed into your future. Number two, in your health and well-being, would you take the time to get real with where you are and where you want to be. I went to the doctor a couple of weeks ago. They told me that my cholesterol's high, and I've been working out for the last few years and watching what I eat. And it seems like when you get a little bit older, the more you do, the less results you get. So I'm changing up. I'm leveling up my supplement regimen, changing some of the things I've been taking, eliminate some that apparently aren't working. And I'm going to be changing my diet even more and changing my workout plan. So I've got to level up in my health simply because I'm getting a little older in life. So we need to make changes as these things happen. So get real with where you are and then define where you want to be in your health and well-being. And that's your physical body and your mental state as well. If you need to level up, you might need to change the things that you watch. One of the things we're going to talk about in a little bit is the power of yes and no. So we'll talk about that as well. Relationships. Next question. Are you where you want to be in your relationships, your current relationships, and thinking about future relationships? Where do you want to be with your relationships in the future? Do you want to level up your relationships? Is there someone that's toxic in your life, or someone that's a Debbie Downer or a Danny Downer, and they never have anything good to say? And when you talk to that person, they always drain you. That might be a person that you don't need to spend as much time with in the future. And potentially you need to find a new friend to add to your circle that can help uplift you. I've said this many times. If you are the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. You need to change rooms. You need to always be around people that are going to cause you to grow in your mind, your life, your health, your relationships. Spiritual. In your spiritual life, would you desire to be more mindful or deeper in your relationship spiritually? Some people are very in tune with their spirit being. Some people are not. I happen to be a born-again Christian. I believe in God and his son Jesus. Jesus came, died for my sins. He's the savior of the world. And I strive to maintain a great relationship, a spiritual relationship with my creator. There are a lot of people that believe in spirituality and believe in different spirits. That's entirely up to you. That's your choice. But do you have a desire to be more spiritual, spiritually minded? Do you desire to be more in tune with your spirit person? That's a question you need to ask yourself. Good morning, Jesse, my brother from another mother. Always good to see you on here. Love you, man. So that would be a question you need to ask for. And then finally, life enrichment. Are there skills that you want to learn in life that are going to help you raise yourself, raise the bar to become better at what you do? We talked about your career a little bit a minute ago, and that may be the thing that you need to concentrate. Is there a skill set you need to acquire that's going to allow you to achieve that next higher level in your career, in your relationships, in your relationships with your spouse and your children, or your job, or just with your friends? What does that mean? What does that skill set look like? Earning that? Is it books that you need to read, podcasts you need to listen to? Maybe you can buy CDs, or you can go to seminars. I'm going to another seminar in November. I've been doing a lot of them online because I desire to level up. So I'm doing, most of you are probably, because we're in the Zoom generation now, right? I bought stock in Zoom because I believe that it's going to continue to grow because of what's going on. So I bought some stock in Zoom, and it is continuing to grow. I love that. So maybe that's a skill set you need to acquire to grow in the areas of life that we're defining on here. Does that make sense? I hope it does to you. If you've asked yourself those questions, I would like you to then, like we said, on a piece of paper, define what would be a big step for you in each of those areas, and determine that you can take that step. In your relationships, what would be a big step for you? Just gave you a second to think about that. What would be a big step for each and every one of you in your relationships for you to level up? Would it mean eliminating a toxic person from your friend circle? Maybe it would. I'm just giving you a second to think about that. What would be a big step for you in your finances? What big step would cause your finances to change for the better and lift you to a higher level in life? What would be a big step for you in your spirit being? That's only a question that you can answer. What would be a big step for you? And you may say something in your mind could be a big step. To the next person, that might be a tiny step. It could be baby steps. But if you take 6 or 7 baby steps, those are going to amount up to a big step. And that big step could cause you to level up in that area of life. The power of yeses and nos. Let's talk about yeses and nos for a minute. It's all about the yeses and nos. We have to start saying yes to the things that feel like, oh my gosh. See, I'm going to beat myself up over that because it's supposed to say like, not live. And I typed too fast. Isn't that funny? Oh my gosh. Isn't it funny that I would go back in and correct my banner that fast? We have to start saying yes to the things that feel like an improvement or a shift in our life, and no to the things that bring us down or don't bring peace. When you, and I want y'all to get me on this. If this makes sense to you, give me some more loves. Share this with a friend. You have got to start following your peace in your life. I have a person that I'm conversing with lately that's looking at a career change, and their job is, it seems like it's always hostile. They're back and forth with them and their coworkers and the boss, and they don't have peace where they are. And I simply told them, is it worth it to you to stay where you are and not have peace? Or is it worth it? Is it something that you feel like you have to change to have peace in your life? And one of the ways I have always one of the ways I have always found for me to be successful in life is to follow my peace. If I have a decision to make and I know that I need to grow in an area, it's okay if I take the step to grow in an area, and I know it might make me a little nauseous, because something that brings on a little bit of nausea may just mean that that's the exciting tinge of a successful future that I need. So it brings a little bit of nausea, a little bit of trepidation and fear, but a little bit of that is good, because it's getting me, what it means is it's getting me out of my comfort zone, and it's going to stretch me and move me to that next level. But I can have peace in that at the same time. If something is a good decision, it seems like it's just going to be a lot of money. It could be something, that everyone else is saying you need to do. Man, you need to ask yourself, is this bringing peace in my life? And I need to start saying yes to the things that feel like an improvement or shift that bring me peace. It could be nausea. It could scare the fool out of me. But if I feel peace about it and it's a good decision, I need to start doing that. And so do you. If it's going to be a lot of big money, or it seems like it's too good to be true, it probably is. If you don't have peace about it, you need to start saying no to those things. And you will find that as you follow this peace, even if your income changes, your relationships change, but you have peace in your life, you're going to be such a happier person. You are going to be living, actually, you're going to be vibrating on a higher plane. I know that resonates with some of you, pardon the pun, resonation, vibrating on a higher plane. That was funny. Anyway, yes, Christine says this always gets me to thinking. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's my goal. So it truly is. If you want to level up in your life, it is about the yeses and nos. You need to start saying yes to the things that bring you a little bit of fear and trepidation, maybe a little bit of nausea, but are good for you. They're good decisions. You need to start following that if it brings peace into your life, and saying no to the things that don't. Inhale the future. Breathe it in. Say, come on, life. Give me what you got for me. Come on, God. Holy Spirit, bring me what you have for me. The Bible says that it's God's good pleasure to do his will. His will is to do his good pleasure here on earth as it is in heaven. And his will is to give us the kingdom. So I'm a kingdom believer. You may be a believer in a different kingdom. That's okay. But believe in the kingdom and believe that your creator wants you to have good things, right? When you are living at this new level, start to visualize yourself living at this higher level. I've talked about this before, the miracle morning. You could start with the journal and start writing down what your perfect day would look like. What does it look like in your mind? Can you open your dreamer? Can you get your dreamer activated again? Maybe it's been shut off or covered in cobwebs and dust for a while, but can you open up your mind's eye and start dreaming again and visualize what your life would look like if you were at a higher level? One of the things that's holding you back from that higher level is your stories about your past. Those things you need to flush. I have some friends and other people that I talk to that every time you talk to them, they have to tell you everything that's gone on in their life, everything that they're going through at the moment. And there's a backstory to all of it. You know what I mean? You've got to start flushing those backstories. And you may say, well, that backstory, when I tell my backstory, it lets people understand me, the real me. And if they don't know my story, then they can't feel my pain and they can't empathize with me and sympathize with me. I feel sympathy for people that are in physical pain, that are battling disease or cancer or a heart attack. I have sympathy for you. But other than that, I have to have empathy for you. I need to understand. I get understanding from information, but everyone doesn't need to hear your backstory. Everyone that seems to feel like you have to tell these stories, your whole history, man, you need to stop that. Those stories are holding you back because you're enamored with, you have this relationship with your backstory. And if you can get people to sympathize with you based on that story, then they can understand with you and live at your level. But you don't need to live at that level. I'm trying to tell you, you can live at a higher level. And if you want to live at a higher level, you need to start saying no to telling the old stories that haven't done you any good and start saying yes to a new story. Because if you're going to level up, you need to be charting a new path, right? You need to start telling yourself new stories. You need to start telling yourself where you're going, who you're going to hang out with, where you're going to be, and what it's going to look like when you get there. We're talking about leveling up, baby. We're not talking about leveling down. I've been in a lot of different businesses, and almost everything that has been shared to grow in any one of those businesses is one of these simple things. Everyone's in a pit, right? And everyone's mulling around in this pit, and everyone's happy to be there. And you can all talk about getting out of the pit, and one day I'm going to have a great life. I'm going to climb out of this pit. I'm going to pull myself up by the bootstraps, and I'm going to have a great life, a great job, a great income, great relationships. And everyone says, rah, rah, rah. But then if you turn to one of those buddies and say, hey, man, I can't reach the top of this pit. Can you give me a boost? Can you give me a boost up? Hey, man, can I climb on your shoulders and get a boost so I can climb out of this pit? Nope, not going to happen. Why? Because they want you to stay at the level they are. They're all happy for you to talk and dream about being out of the pit, but you're never going to get out of the pit because no one will help you out of the pit. If you get out of the pit, then they feel like they're going to have to change their life and they're going to have to get out of the pit. But they're happy in the pit. I don't want you happy in the pit. I'm not happy in the pit. If you're happy in the pit, man, you might as well turn this video off because I'm not for you, man. I believe in you. I want you to get out of the pit. But I found this to be so true. And another thing I found to be true is if I start cutting holes into the side of the pit and making a ladder and start climbing out, those people aren't going to not only turn their back on you, they'll probably turn around and start grabbing you by the feet. They're going to pull you back down into the pit with them. So you need to find a way to elevate yourself to get out of that pit. Okay. One of the best ways to do that is to get teamwork. You need to get a team of people that are like-minded. Like I said before, change the level of thinkers in your thought group, in your relationship group, your sphere of influence, and put together a team of people that all want to get out of the pit so you can work together to do that. And once you get out of the pit, the best thing you can do to elevate yourself to another level is reach back down into the pit and bring some people with you. Because if you're not sowing seeds of greatness and help into someone else, and you're only doing it for selfish reasons, chances are this is never going to happen for you. Plain and simple. Give someone else a lift, a hand up too. That's it for this week. I believe we all need to level up. I'm leveling up. I want you to level up. I want you to get out of the pit, the doldrums, the things that you're going through. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Levi, thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. I love when people start commenting on here. Good comments. Yes, peace is priceless. Thank you, guys. I appreciate all of the comments on here. They mean the world to me. I believe in you guys, man. I come back every week for this reason. I want you to start living your life at the higher level. I want you to level up. I want you to live a great life that brings you great enjoyment, great peace and fulfillment. And man, you can do it. I believe you can do it. I'm actively working on it myself. I'm a work in progress. I believe that you are too. This has been Patrick Lee with Midweek Motivation Live for this week. I'm going to be back next week. You guys have a blessed week. I hope this has been a blessing to you today. Like, share, and love the video. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you next week. Bye-bye.